Greetings, my loves. Happy Saturday. How are you all doing? Today is a slow one for me because I'm not feeling so well, and my son, who usually helped me in the garden, is not here today. However, I still feel like doing something. I'm addicted to the garden, honestly. What else can I say? It's just the truth. Anyways, I want to show you what's going on in the garden. We've been having a few days of really heavy rains. And I just want to show you what I have going on and what I plan to do today. Okay, since I'm standing near the corn, it's only fair that I start here. And I forgot to show you last week. It's just 2 weeks ago since I cut the fronds, but can you see what has happened? It really was those limbs just hanging over the corn. Why they took so long to come up. They have tassels. And this morning I came out and the corn they've started putting on ears. So yeah, this side that was like a dwarf side, it's catching up to the other side. So really and truly it was just those limbs, which is a problem for me. I know the garden needs sun. What am I gonna do? I have a lot of trees growing here. I don't want to grow any more trees next to my house. Well, can I fit any more trees next to my house? Anyways, that's something for me to contemplate. How to grow more trees in my garden, to feed my family. Because I do not have a lot of fruit trees that I can reap and sustainably feed my family with in the garden. And I want to pack in some more. So having shown you the corn, let me start here. So this bed I moved because last week I bought a grape, and so I have the grape planted here. So this bed was running alongside here, but now it's here. And you can see how this broccoli plant has been beaten by the rain and it's fallen over. Oh, and the grape is doing well. It's just a week since it's been planted, but it's vining, it's hanging on to the fence, you know. Next we move to this bed. For sure, I'm learning a lot, much more than I knew before, just by observing what's going on in my garden. Now, my sweet peppers were not doing too well in this bed, nor another bed around that side, but I moved them. One is in this bed and a couple here. I think I moved one to where I have the rosemary growing, and sufficely to say, they're doing better. They're putting on leaves, all of that, because the stink bugs are no longer sapping the light from them. So this bed, it's shaded by the cherry tree. However, it seemed to be doing well. I think the plants that are not doing so well in this bed, I would say, is the marigolds, because we know that marigolds love sun. That one you can see it's blooming, but these, they're trailing. If you can see the root, they're trailing as if they're vining to get to some sun. So I need to do something about that. This bed is a struggle for me. I don't know what else to do. I know I'm taking care of the plants in this bed. What I've been thinking is to change the kind of plants I have here. The tomatoes do well. We know tomatoes love full sun. I don't know. The peanuts do, but they're not doing well in this. I don't know what's wrong with this bed. So I think I'm going to be planting some, I don't know yet, but I'm going to figure it out. Okay, so in this container, I planted some marigolds and some bachelor's buttons. The bachelor's buttons, they didn't come up, but 3 of the marigolds came up from what was left in the packet. I don't mind. I know from those that are growing I can get seeds. Hopefully they're viable for me to replant. So that takes care of the marigold, but I guess I'll have to try again with the bachelor's buttons. Here I have some Vining Spirit spinach, Malabar Spirit. Oh Lord, I'm tongue tied, guys. So Malabar spinach. Yes, Malabar spinach finally, and some other things. I think I don't remember what was else was in it, but those seeds didn't come up. But here I have some beets that came up, but they took a battering from the rain, and a few tomato plants that came up. These were planted after, I think they're tomatoes, cabbages, that kind of thing. And I also have in that yellow container, I have some flowers. What kind of flowers again? I think snapdragons? I think so. Can't remember. And of course, I have some peas, some beans actually. I think some string beans. And of course, you know, if we're going to really um, farm or garden sustainably, we have to do a continuous cycle. So on that front, I planted this corn bed. Not sure what happened to some of the corns that came up that side. Maybe again it's a matter of shade. I really need to get on um, trimming some of my trees so I can get more shade in the garden. But for the lower part of the bed, the corns look good. I have some pumpkins and I have some cowpeas in this bed. Of course, I also did the composting in place, and so I have a lot of volunteer crops coming up. Like here you can see somewhere here I have a sweet potato. I'm seeing some other things that I have not yet identified. I think some callaloo came up from a stalk, it's not sustainable, so that is gonna die off. But I think maybe two of them came up. Here it is. I'm not seeking to grow callaloo from those. I'm growing them from seeds. But yeah, a lot of the pumpkins, though I did plant pumpkins here, some of these pumpkins actually came up from the um the fact that I'm composting in place. And you can see here another callaloo that came up from the stalks that I threw in, and they're putting on seeds. Gardening is a joy, I tell you. Some of the pumpkin died, but I see them coming up back. I guess watering with the hose wasn't enough. They needed the rain. I also started a compost pile, which I just started it, but I'm seeing I have a lot of pumpkins coming up again. I'm sure I'm gonna get some maybe dasheen and what? Probably sweet potato from here. And of course, talking about sweet potatoes, my sweet potato containers, they're looking so good. I had to move them from against the fence to put that heap. Yeah, they're looking good. And in some of them I have some cowpeas planted. They're growing up against the fence. And I have a French thyme here that also is going through the fence. So you remember this bed that I moved? I broke down and brought it here. Well, I do have some volunteer cowpeas in it. That's what I've discovered about cowpeas. I planted cowpeas one time and I've been getting them again and again. This bed I have plans for today, and I'll tell you shortly. I have some cleaning up to do in the garden because this is like one of my soil bags that blew away, but I am exhausted. I also did some composting in place in this bed, and I'm seeing pumpkin vines coming up among the sweet potatoes that I planted, and the sweet potatoes are running. I just moved them from the corn bed to here, and they're doing well. And of course I had they're mixed in with the weeds now, so they might not be identifiable, but I have a pigeon peas gungo peas, known in Jamaica. And I have some cowpeas along the fence line here. So this pepper, putting on fresh leaves, I moved from one of the containers because the stink bugs were having a field day with it, and so I moved it to the carrot and this rosemary bush container. This bed has really become a seed bed because the um, pak choys are still seeding, and then I let all the callaloo in this bed go to seed. Still have a couple carrots in here, but my new regime, where my health is concerned, involves using purslane, and some purslane always coming up in my yard, and so I have some here growing, which I've allowed to grow and thrive. Next, I have this bed. As I said, I moved some of the pepper, but there's another pepper plant that I left in there. I think there's two. I accidentally left one because I intended to only leave one, but here's another one I found. And then I have callaloo, a couple lettuce in this bed. Of course, this bed with the tomato, they were too crowded, so um, I had to cut them back. I have since harvested tomatoes twice from them, and they have a couple ripe ones and several green ones on right now. So for this bed, Lord, I'm learning, guys. I'm learning. I wouldn't mind you give me some tips. For this bed, I'd set some carrots, and I see that a couple of them escape what I'd set them in, and they're growing here. But that aside, this bed is basically empty except for these pepper, marigolds, and what's down there, right? One of the pepper, it's not doing so well, but the other two I have peppers, though I lost some. They're putting out new peppers, and I have two that's getting rather big, very large. Of course, I have some herbs growing, like this is Guinean weed. For those of you who know that I'm battling cancer, I have those herbs growing in the garden. Right here, I had planted um, the oh Lord, my brain is sleeping this morning, guys. I know that can be annoying when you're hearing the and but just take time with me, no? Take time with me. A basil. I put a small piece of basil here eons and eons ago, and it died. Um, well, I thought it did, but now it's doing beautifully. And I'd planted a small vine, one of those suckers of the tomato, and it's finally coming up. And look, I have callaloo coming up from the stalk. This is the callaloo I cut and stripped for breakfast last week. Oh, did I say this tomato grew from a sucker? Yep, this is a sucker. This smaller one here is a sucker. And these are also sucker. I think this smaller one was a leaf, but this one was definitely a sucker. And finally, guys, I'm on this bed. Now I'm trying to get some variety in my garden, but I'm focusing on what's doing well while trying to work with what is not doing so well. And of course, I've always told you that I do plan to change up and do in-ground gardening. So pretty soon you'll be seeing that change taking form in the garden. But of course I need some topsoil, and the source where I can get the topsoil is not a desirable one. So yeah. Alright, so in addition to the seeds that I have growing, I'd shown you before. So those are the carrots in those egg container. There are a couple persons on YouTube who I saw, suggesting that we grow these like this to get bigger carrots, and we won't have to thin them out. So I need to dig a bed now and sink the carrot the crates, right? In this I have callaloo and cucumbers. My cucumber plants were decimated by the stink bugs and some other beetles, the hard bugs, whatever you call those. And so I've planted. I also have right here um, some okras. I'm learning a lot about okras, and so I really am getting into growing them now. Hey Bella, how you doing? My dog is Evian Pop. I think she'll be having babies soon. So finally, guys, I went to iPro Ace garden store. I wanted to do a walkthrough and totally forgot because I was also trying to beat the rain. And I got um 3 strawberries, the ones I had before they died. I got I got a container of chives to plant with the strawberries, and I got thyme, which I'm also going to plant with the strawberries. But I can beat myself because I found a source for strawberries on Instagram. This young lady is selling them $5.50 per plant. I bought these, and this is Jamaican dollars, so those who are watching from a different country. I bought these for $6.90 plus tax, which means that with tax, if I'd gone to the young lady, I could have gotten them. I could have gotten 5 plants instead of 3. So I do intend to purchase a couple from her to just add to this. You know, I don't know if these are June bearing or if they're ever bearing. It just says strawberries, and I planted my own strawberries before. They weren't sweet, but they were yummy, and I got the satisfaction from knowing that I thought strawberries couldn't grow in Jamaica, but only to find that we're doing well with strawberries here, and that I was able to grow and reap strawberries from my own plants. Yeah, so that's really what's going on. So for these items, I do plan to move them to this bed. I plan to plant them here. The strawberries will get sun, and I plan to plant a couple garlic and some onions in this bed as well. So yeah, that's my plan for this bed right here. So we come full circle and we're ending on the corn. I'm feeling so happy about them putting out, but they're putting out ears of corn. I'm so happy. They need some spray. I don't know what to use as insecticide, but I am, because I'm seeing a lot of aphids. Look at this plant. It's ew. But I'm really good at researching, so I'm going to research what to do with these. I don't have any neem, and I know persons usually recommend neem, so I'm going to see what else I can do. And I also have a ripe, where is it? Right. I have a ripe pomegranate. So guys, enjoy your Saturday. Until we talk again, take care.